Hyun-sung told all the players to gather and follow the emergency order to mobilize. The K-6 Shipchon station was finished, so Hyun-sung left it to the players who were left there. One of the players asked how the dimensional gates were open. Hyun-sung could not confirm the number. The atmosphere there was very chaotic. The monsters in large numbers were still roaming and slaughtering the citizens there. However, a muscular and mustache man managed to kill several. Long after, Red appeared from above and Hyun-sung appeared while taking out the firewall and managed to kill some of the monsters there. Hyun-sung appeared with the other players and said that reinforcements had arrived. Hyun-sung and the others were already preparing. Hyun-sung's firewall could be destroyed by a much bigger monster. Hyun was stunned to see. Hyun-sung felt that the monster was not that strong. With one slash, the monster's head was severed. It didn't take long for monsters of the same type to appear. Hyun-sung initially thought that Hyun-sung's efforts were in vain because the monsters had quite high fire resistance. Monsters one by one. At that moment, loud crashing sound. Hyun-sung was still able to survive thanks to his shield. In front of him, and Hyun-sung guessed it was the Lizardman King. His ice spears. The ice spears shot toward Hyun-sung. Also, Hyun-sung was also attacked by the Lizardman's men. Hyun-sung defeated one of the monsters. Several monster that Hyun-sung jumped to attack the Lizardman King. But suddenly, the monster used Breath of Ice for Hyun-sung at a fairly close distance. Hyun-sung's body started with Breath of Lightning. Seemed to be struggling against the monsters. The monster towards him and simultaneously. So, Hyun-sung was left to face the Lizardman King. Hyun-sung seemed to King. Several strikes. Hyun-sung finally slashed him.
Tuloy na natin.
We're back!
Turned out that some military forces had just arrived and managed to secure him. Hyun-sung looked around, all the walls were destroyed and said the mission was successful.
Welcome back. How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Starting to decrease considerably. South Korea began to build defense.
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sijun.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijun is also busy with something or other, so let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Meropide.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's Arlini.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Iudex Nervulet. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
You're super smart!
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Wriothesley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side, which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Lyney when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Paimon's hungry.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwing?
And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Huh. You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria.
What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Me too. Don't forget Paimon.
No problem. leave it to me.
Ah, so delicious. Paimon's so happy. Paimon
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
delicious.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
Sigewinne, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melusine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear.
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well?
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Glorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Glorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Glorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
You were all super considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos. Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Glorand!
Ah, it's you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sigewinne really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremine too! You sure work super fast!
Oh, it was child's play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs. Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sigewinne and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss Sigewinne was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here. Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
Step on up!
much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too? Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
Out of my way! Get out of my way! What happened? Why is everyone running? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep. What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye!
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah! There you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. 3, 2, 1.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Are you sure it has to be me? Fine. Let's get this over with.
Ito na yung malakas na pang-protekta. Wawaratin.
There is no escape!
Squall and Fury!
Look! There are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people over there! Are you two the Traveler and Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of...
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, Traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste? Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Furina and I. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Furina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Iudex Neuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillette. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meripede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
The Fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the way. Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the Opera House. Is it something like that?
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded. Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Furina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess, we're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalors, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures!
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even
even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high!
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Lyney tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Iudex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Iudex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Iudex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer. Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Paimon's coming too!
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent,
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Lyney, Lynette, and Freminet are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Lyney.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Lyney's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina? You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meropide. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Furina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meropide will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering. You should know the rest. Linny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Furina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Furina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Furina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Furina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Furina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives. Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We could talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon
Hindi
us.
siya yung Archon.
I mourn this turn of
Hindi
events.
sinobelet ang Archon kasi
Why is it raining all of a sudden?
daling sinobelet sa ibang ano, 'di ba? Sa ibang mundo din. Pare sila ni Aether well, they from different worlds, right? So, he's not.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
Eh no, sabi nga Dragon Sovereign of Water.
The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Neverlet, are you listening?
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meropide? Paimon is a little worried. We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Lalim. 1,500 yung lalim. Uy, bot, nandito yung ano na to, quiz na to. Yan. Ba't may daily quiz na malayo? Grabe. Akala ko magkakaroon ng laban eh. Nilabas ko tuloy yung mga panlaban ko.
Quit following me. Too slow. The wind rises.
May isang kaso. Yung pato.
Behold!
Di kakayanin ni Lini yan. Buhatin lahat.
Well...
Over here!
Kaya to. Ikot nga ako. Down 3. Dito na muna tayo sa ano. Kwarto.
Stefana!
Assassin pala si ano. Ang father nila. Ba't ka father gusto niyang tawag sa ano? Parang mafia, godfather.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely, Fremine.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the Opera House and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Mm-hmm. Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Linny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
Huh. That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Kala ko lalaban yung lolo nating Arthur eh. Ready na to. Kung gusto ni Nib na walang galawan, kalabanan natin siya.
Seedwing!
Traveler, Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt?
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it?
A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided.
How did Nervulette know that he was needed here?
Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both alright. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Wolsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Bakit tao siya? Tapos siya ano? Diba? Parang mas suspicious talaga siya kasi hindi pa tapos yung ano, ngumiti na siya.
Stabilize! You guys are back?
Quisto! Lavaroon!
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the Karens. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
What?
Step right up.
Oh, ba't boss na to? Hindi na niya inaano. Buti nga hindi si Zhongli yung nag-seal nun. Kasi masisil yun ang tuluyan.
Courier, Miss Sishwin told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? It's you two.
Courier, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Naaral ko doon. Halatang-halata naman. Halatang-halatang may relationship sila. Kasi yung isa nag-aalala na sa hindi siya kumakain. O, diba? Kalong, dito ka na ulit. Ano, basa ka. Saka gumulong. Gumugulong. Basa ka, oh. Nanginig si Zhong.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Eudex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sijween's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sijween.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Nervalette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Nervalette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Paper. Nakulong pa rin tayo. 45 days, no? Ilang days pa lang tayo? 15. 30 days pa. No. Wala nakalagay dito kung ano. Ito, hindi ko pa nakikita to. Ano to? No. Saan naman galing? Magkaboses talaga sila. Kasi dilok. Na. Kunin ba natin si ano? Rice beef. Walang kung dapat kunin si Rice beef. Hindi ko siya trip. Trip ko lang pag mau... Ito. Laman lang ano dito.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! All right. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
Baka nagugulong-gulong.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Dito. Dito.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward. Just the thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
Yes.
Alright then, good night to you, traveler.
Good night, Paimon. Good night, Lolong. Oh, good night ka, Lolong. Oh, good night ka. Lo, grabe. Kawasan na. Asan si Child? Hindi siya lumabas, no? Lilikos na muna tayo, guys. Hindi lumabas si Child. Paano yan? Busa namin. Ano tayo? Daily boss. Ay, guys.
Cue the spotlight! Surprise!
Getting gear! Commencing cleanup! Hair! Frost is coming! Getting gear!
And voila!
Getting gear. Dito. Dito. Oh. Lumalayo ka. Ginagawa mo sa buhay ko. Huwag ka namin lumalayo. Tatakot. Tatakot ka ba?
Solidify!
Namatay mo dito.
Chip on up!
Hey! Now disappear!
Stabilize!
May shield pala to.
Over here! Be amazed!
Getting gear! Frost is coming! Gather! Getting gear!
Ba't di nag-heal? Diba may heal to? Yung weapon ko.
Frost is coming! Hey!
Step on up!
And voila!
Wala na natin to. Yan nga lang. Pokemon. Putang to, parang Pokemon na yun, no? Ay, lumayo sa mo.
This is order! Solidify!
A round of applause!
Dito yun. Layo. Kailangan ko lang dito. Ito tayo. Awid. Tulog siya, oh. Okay, enjoy yung mga ano. Ako nang gagawin yung mga... Ganda na, oh. Open na rin yung place. Meron doon pala dito.
Stabilize!
Step right up!
Maganda doon kasi pag tinamaan mo sa nalaglag yung pusa na sa ano.
And voila!
Getting gear!
Surprise!
Dead reckoning!
Now disappear!
Bakit ganun?
Gather! Order guide you.
Cue the spotlight! Over here!
Step right up. Frost is coming. Here.
Just as I expected.
Ganito. Kaya ako na natin to. Bababa tayo. Ano yun? Kumalangoy dun sa ilalim ng tubig. Baka damo lang. Tinamaan. Kaya pala eh. May isa pa? Asan yung isa pa?
Stabilize!
Step on up! Frost is coming! Here! And voila!
Solidify!
Over here!
Frost is coming! Here! Commencing cleanup! Frost is coming!
Stabilize!
Now disappear!
Kulang pa ng isa to eh. Ayan. Gawa mo, ano? Kailangan natin kunin. Aray! Tulis na ulo mo! Aray! Sakit ka. Sakit mo na.
Step right up!
Be amazed!
Getting gear! Frost is coming!
I will have order! Gather!
Getting gear! Prepare! And voila!
Dead reckoning! Getting gear! Pair! Getting gear! Solidify!
Yeah! Step right up!
Step on up!
I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure.
Bago dito.
Hip.
Ano? Kay na to. Lang. Wait lang ha, gawin lang natin to. Makakalimutan ko pa eh. Wait lang. Okay, ayan na. Nabuksan ko na. Hindi ka na magtuloy din.
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
My magic pocket.
Now disappear!
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Over here!
Pear, get in gear!
Let's get this show on the road! Step right up!
Cue the spotlight! Surprise!
Solidify.
Ayan sa'yo, nahulog ko. Ulit. Lang natin. Kaya naman natin yung ano ba? Wait lang. Layo ah. Ano? Tutong yung mga ano yung bilog?
Frost is coming. Going under. Get in gear. Frost is coming. Stabilize.
Now disappear!
Ang unat. Ang unat.
Gather.
Di pwede to sila, no? Yung isa sumusugi.
Let's finish this quickly.
Ay nga na. Ay, nagtira pa nila.
Illusion shattered!
This is order.
Speed of light! With sword comes shadow.
Here comes the finale! Step right up!
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Bilisan lang pala yun. Ito na sana. Ilaw. Madali na yung puna namin. Gutom na gutom ah. Gutom na gutom. Ilaw yun. Yan pala. Yan na pala.
Illusion shattered.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Solidify!
Speed of light.
Ay, nag-ano ako, hindi ko pala nakasaksak to kay ano. Kaya pala. Wala pala sa kanya. Kaya ka. Hindi ko pala sa isa. Ililipat natin yan. Wala pala kay Ayaka.
Don't blink. Hey!
Pagkakakit yan. Kaya dito.
That's everything. On to the next.
Ay, lagay dito. Saway na pusa. Saway talaga yung pusa. Kung makahulog ka dyan. Tari ka tayo nga.
That's everything. On to the next.
Stabilize!
Siguro daily. Sabi ko daily commission muna tayo. Tapos balikan natin. Layo kasi eh. Palayo tayo pala. Balikan na natin to. Palayo tayo ng palayo. Dito sa gilid. Lalim. Galing mo.
Speed of light.
Hindi na ko ito.
Don't blink.
Kapit. pabalik. Kaya pa ba yan? Kaya pa. Mukha lang. Oo, hindi ko ma... Sana lang oh. Hindi pa inaya. Sana lang, di pa inaya. Okay lang. Nahulog eh.
Incoming!
Hindi naman tignan na rin yung nahulog kanina. Uy, nahulog na naman. Ay.
Don't blink!
Abot kaya? Count to, no? Team count ba? Hindi aabot. Ano na naman? Ano maabot? Tuhulog kasi ako. Palaki mo kanina sa likod.
Speed of light!
Hindi na tayo papahulog ngayon.
Don't blink!
Ano yun, no? Bundok. Kayatan eh, no? From tubig to kayatan. Tubig na tubig.
You give, you receive.
You give, you receive. Yun, yun. Abog eh. Ulit ah. Natin yung mamaya.
Now disappear!
With sword comes shadow.
Solidify!
tayo sa daily quest. May malapit na ano dito. Walang teleportan dito. Malapit. Mababa talaga tayo. Ito lang pala malapit. Wakit, packet. Lalakad ko naman eh.
And voila!
I will have order. Solidify.
Let's get this show on the road. Step right up. Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
Cut to the chase.
Gather.
Incoming. Hey!
Ha! Inazuma shines eternal!
Take them. I have no need.
Open na lang natin. Open. Ano tayo? Gulo pala to. Bakit pula pa to? Hindi na yung sakop ko. Pula pa rin. Ano natin? Ilalim. Bakit doon? Hindi sarbo yung ano niya. Sarbo yung ano. Likas na tayo para matapos na.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
May siyempre. Kailangan ko. Ilalim ng akin. Talagang tayo guys.
Toodaloo.
Walang healer. Ilolo mo. New bullet.
Speed of light. With sword comes everybody stand back. Incoming. Hey.
Kami-hami rin.
Speed of light. We go. Incoming. Nowhere to hide. Don't blink.
Silence!
Stand back. Speed of light. Hey, with a sword, light it up.
Might be humble.
Duckling! To the tape!
Be sanctified.
Speed of light! Don't blink! Hey! With sword and shadow, everybody stand back! Incoming! Let's light it We go! Speed of light! Nowhere to hide! Go in! Don't blink!
Allow me to intervene.
Uy, pwede to, pwede. May crit damage. Itong dito yung kailangan ko, yung bulaklak. Tayo. Bulaklak sana. Sunog eh. Si Bunny. Dito tayo. Okay. Wala pa yun sa Fontaine, yung bang daily boss, yung weekly boss. Pa nakikita, weekly boss. Sali lang tayo, sali. Kala ko mamamatay kanina si Kachu. Survive pa. Konting-konti na, patay na talaga eh. Nakasisix yung ano nun.
Oh, what's happening over there? Can we take a sneaky peek? Huh? Can we?
Si Betty. Betty. Kailangan natin ng ano.
Silly Cheryl, Billy Cheryl, Silly Billy, Hilly Cheryl.
Pwede na yun yung hutaw. Pang ano lang, pang tanggal lang ng archa. Kundi patay kami dito. Walang makakabasag. Parag. Ando, sana all mega man.
Let it be known that divinity is mine!
On the agenda? Access denied!
Perish!
Lakas nila.
We're way behind schedule. No touching!
Stabilize! Feeble human!
This is long overdue!
I am the all-knowing God!
Next on the agenda?
Uy, makawala yun na natin.
Burn to oblivion!
We've got your back.
Kneel!
Wala, patay ako. Tinamaan ako.
Your eyes have been opened.
Tinamaan ako bigla. Sakto yung tuntok mo, no?
Reality is pain!
Tinamaan. Ganito pala itsura pag nanonood ka lang. Ayari kayo dyan. Ay, meron sila pagbago.
Cruel world.
Ganyan. Boom! Grabe oh. Sakit no? Grabe ang sakit ng tatlo. Ang sakit ng tatlo. Saan yun? Kapul ako eh. Nakapul pa nga. One hit pala ako doon pag sumunod.
Don't blink! Don't be scared!
Good morning daw. Kaya sila sunod pa paano dito. Okay, malaki naman tayo. Tatlong boss. Tapos sakto na kaya yan. Sakto na kaya. Ba't mga ganito ito? Grabe yung bibilis na nung mga ano. Pati hirap pa yung mga ibang player dito. Yung mga boss. Dito na lang. Parang nag-i-speedrun. Parang speedrun yung ginagawa ng mga... Si show na. Malambot yata yung show ko eh. Patay ito pag walang heal. Wala namang heal. Kaya na nila yan. Heal pa ba tayo? Wala na shielder. Kaya na nila yan. Uy, wala pa ng buhay yung shield. Ang buhay mo.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
Okay. Kapalang buhay.
Evil conquering!
Ay, kumabot.
For 1,000-year pain!
Embrace the ice!
Here!
Sakto ha.
Dead, you witness your reckoning!
Lament! Here! How was I so
What?
impossible?
Ano mga Kapul kami ni Levi Sa likod pa tayo.
Much remains unfinished.
Mukhang patay kami dito. Patay yata. Ay, hindi. Madali lang iwasan yung ano.
Silence! Experience an eon of suffering!
Napagbuhay si ano, si Lolo.
The times beckon.
Look, grabe na mahil niya ito. Nakaano ba ito? Pods. Pods yata ito. Nagpo-pods yata ito eh. Panghil. Lakas ng hit.
Back to
grabe.
The earth! Cowardly insect!
Kinami-hami wig. Grabe to. Tapos na yun. Nice.
I will not be destroyed!
Merong panta, may ano pa nga. May title pa nga. Pag namatay pala, meron pala yun. Achievement. Kailangan mamatay ka sa achievement pa. Yan na tayo. May show na dito eh. Ano? Malakas. Dali yun ah. Dalawang beses. Hindi dito. Okay yan. Akala ko doon sa story ni Child, ano na siya. Wala pa rin pala. Mag-a-update pa para lang makita yung story kay Child. Last kanina eh. Baka meron pa. Ano natin to? Flip.
It's been a while since we last saw Neverland. Huh?
Salita agad si Paimon. Huwag na Paimon, huwag ka na magsalita. Tama. Tama na Paimon. Pusin lang natin to. Ubus ko lang yung...
Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Yung mga pindot. Ang mga pindot. Para sunog. Nag-support. Nag-support na tayo, ha?
Opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amusement. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Not bad. You've got a trick or two.
A round of applause!
And voila!
Go get him, Uruguay!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Tatlo. Taas na ng chance dito. So, ayun na nga guys. Out na muna tayo. Apat na boss na tayo. So, ilan pang wala. Dahil wala na tayong resi. Out na muna tayo. Out. Bilis na mag-ano. Bilis lumabas. Pabilisan ba yan?